Let's talk about taking your food and beverage business completely digital, how to craft a personalized, efficient, and comprehensive system for managing your team, whether they're in the kitchen, on the floor, or on the move. If you thrive on organization like I do, you're gonna appreciate these features for managing your team with ease and precision, all from one app. Hang tight. I'm Pallen, a brand strategist. Welcome to my channel where I promise practical advice to build your brand. Today we're diving into Connecteam, an all-in-one solution tailored for the dynamic needs of the food and beverage industry. They're partnering with me for this video, but I'm thrilled to show you why Connecteam could change your business in a really big way. Free for up to 10 users, even better. This is perfect for small to medium-sized businesses looking to level up for so many reasons, but let's start with the time clock feature. I use and love this. Starting from the mobile app, which your employees are gonna have access to, here I can see the dashboard and get an overview. I'll select assets, then job scheduling, and I'll select the date above to find the shift. This is the easiest way for them to clock in or out directly on their mobile devices, or you could have an on-site kiosk app if you wanted. Having this at their fingertips ensures that everyone clocks in and out at the right place and time with an optional geofence if that's applicable for your business. Here you can see the shift details. This is preparing for the restaurant's opening. Me, the employee, has confirmed the shift. I can see the date and the time, as well as a job category. Let's say me, the employee, wanted to find a replacement. I could select that option and suggest one of my team members. Note that the replacement will require an admin approval. And if I wanted to start a chat with my admin, I have that option right there. And associated with this shift are shift tasks, operating almost like a checklist here as I work my way through my responsibilities. Now I'm gonna get to the good stuff. I'm gonna select open time clock, and here you can see my location, which can be monitored at the time that my shift starts until it ends. This is great because you can have peace of mind knowing where your employees are, whether in the office, in the field, or on the move. You can monitor employees clocked in locations with this simplified GPS tracking, keep your employees safe, secure, and compliant during every shift. If you want, you can add attachments or a note. Best of all, the interface is kept really simple so that your employees that are already busy can just stick with a quick clock in and out to ensure accurate payroll for your admin. Now switching over to the admin view, I want to show you some of the settings here, specifically the geolocations that I mentioned. This breadcrumb technology allows you to live track users' location and route while they're on the clock. Also a setting here if you just want to track their location when they clock in and out, and the ability to toggle on here that users must enable location sharing in order to clock in and out. Finally, you can just turn this setting off if you want, so all kinds of options and customizations here depending on your food and beverage business. Now from the manager or the admin's point of view, this is logged in on desktop. You can see here, at a glance, the timesheets, broken down by employee or team member. This is great because we get a quick number calculation of their regular hours as well as overtime, if any, plus paid time off, and then the total paid hours. This is how we can get a visual for things like break hours, overtime hours, and all of those details listed here. Plus, I love the ability to add employee notes or even manager notes if relevant. Best of all, we can export these easily and take advantage of the many payroll integrations, which you can discover right here. QuickBooks, Gusto, and Xero. Those are popular payroll software tools, and they will sync perfectly with Connecteam. I always find that it helps to learn about other examples, other types of businesses that might be different but also have similarities to mine. And Connecteam's website is full of some great case studies specifically for food and beverage. In this case study, which I'm going to link to in the description below, is B&B Beverage Management. They reveal how Connecteam has been so helpful for them. I think any business in food and beverage can relate to the fact that there's so much going on and so much to get done. It's hard to actually spend time managing the organization when there's so much to do and you've got multiple software solutions. I recommend reading this because it dives into detail on how one single app for everything really improved and streamlined their business decisions. We looked at the GPS time tracking a second ago, and B&B Beverage Management was able to streamline their payroll process using it. It's going to save you time. It's going to optimize the entire employee management process with one platform. Like I said, I'll link to this in the description below so you can have a little read. Organizing shifts across different roles and locations can be a logistical nightmare. With Connecteam's scheduling feature, you can quickly assign shifts, ensuring that your staff is always where they need to be, reducing no-shows and last-minute scrambles. It's all about keeping your service seamless and your customers happy. You got a peek earlier how the scheduling looked on the app from the employee standpoint, so now I'm going to show you how it looks as the admin. Here you can see I've been busy at work creating and organizing the shifts for the week, but take a look at this when I click actions. A few features that are going to save me a ton of time, like this, saving the week as a template. That means I can save this template and easily apply it in future weeks. So I'll click forward to an empty week and I'm going to show you how simple it is to load in that template. Just like that in a few clicks. Note here you can actually have a separate line for unassigned shifts, so if you're still in the process of planning, that can work really well. In general, this is going to give you a clear picture of employees' availability as well as their qualifications. Again, the standard settings here that you can see, notes on a task if that is relevant. We can add breaks. And given that you can load in all kinds of settings, like regulatory limitations, or even spotting conflicts, this is going to help you prevent costly mistakes, as well as distribute jobs equally and avoid inconsistencies like double bookings. Let's talk next about paperwork, which I'm pretty sure no one loves, but Connecteam's forms allow for quick reporting and data collection, from health and safety checks to customer feedback. It's all about making your operations smarter and safer, one click at a time. Let's check this out. Here I am on the Forms tab in Connecteam. I'm going to go ahead and add a new form, which is a great way to get up-to-date information anywhere really with a click. So we can start from scratch. I think in this example, I'll stick with a template since Connecteam has so many awesome templates to get you started. I mentioned health and safety, also just collecting data from your customers. When we click this filter dropdown, we can actually select food and beverage and have a look at all of these options that were designed specifically for your industry. I'll select this one as an example, restaurant health inspection checklist. We can preview the form here on the right-hand side. And remember, you're starting from a template. So there might be a few questions here that you want to add or remove or modify, and that is great. It is easy to do that. Select this template. We have the editable questions here stacked. We can scroll through here. We've got over 20 questions here pre-populated. I also love this one, the ability to actually collect a signature. That's really unique and awesome to stay compliant. And that's not all. Audio recordings, file uploads, number sliders, image uploads, even this scanner field. Here you would pre-populate the question, maybe something like documenting damage. The image source here could be camera gallery or both. And again, some additional settings here if we wanted to add that field. Forms are absolutely awesome in Connecteam, and I have a feeling you're going to see some templates in there for things you didn't even know you needed. Here's a preview of where we'll start collecting entries for our brand new form. Obviously, there are none yet. We just created it, but once there are some there, we can click over to summary and I get an idea of those pre-populated results, depending on how people answer my questions. One of the many awesome food and beverage companies benefiting from Connecteam's forms and many other features is Sodastream. One of my favorite appliances in my kitchen, I have to say. This is a great case study that I recommend checking out. Sodastream makes use of this platform for safety training and professional training. We'll talk about that in a moment. I, for one, love this example of using a form to create a safety observation checklist. Here you can see the ability to add your name, the date, a star rating system, even the ability to add images on a job site. Connecteam seriously makes day-to-day operations so easy, and this is just one great example of how this app can benefit you. Again, linking to it in the description below. Okay, one final feature to showcase in this video, efficiently training and onboarding your staff without pulling them away from their duties. Through Connecteam, you can deliver interactive courses and quizzes directly to their phones, ensuring they're equipped and engaged from day one. This is so good. I love this feature. Think custom libraries, resources, SOPs, catalogs, guides, pretty much anything else where your team would need a resource centralized to be able to do their jobs well. In Connecteam, this is called a knowledge base, and I'm showing you how it looks because I'm starting one here from scratch. Add a variety of files, Word docs, PowerPoints, PDFs, images, audio. All of that can be hosted here. We'll give it a name, we'll click confirm, and from here we can add folders and add all of our resources here. Text, links, files, folders, I think you get the idea. One of my favorite things in Connecteam is the ability to constantly see how this looks from the mobile preview, since your employees are going to be looking at it on their devices. This is the perfect place to add information that's going to be useful for them as they're doing their jobs. In fact, maybe you've been putting SOPs off. Getting your business set up on Connecteam might be that final straw you need to begin documenting the processes in your business. You get the idea. I can continue filling this out. I can add media. I can even add a table here. It should be evident that by now with Connecteam, you will never be overwhelmed by this platform, but at the same time, it is incredibly customizable for your business. It's the perfect place to keep your training resources. That's the knowledge base. Now we're going to click over to courses. I mentioned interactive courses and quizzes, so we're going to select activate and again, start from a a template. You know by now that in Connecteam, they've got a whole category here for food and beverage. So we'll choose one of these to get started, and then we'll select this template. From here, we can make modifications to this course content. You'll see the interface is similar to the knowledge base that we just looked at a moment ago. All too often, creating courses can feel totally overwhelming, but by starting from a template and again having this all in one place, it's going to make your life so much easier. These are the different object types in this section of Connecteam. Adding videos, PDFs, text, YouTube videos, quizzes. We're going to select that one for this example. And here it's just as simple as typing a question and then providing your answers by type. It could be image or it could be text. We'll stick with text for this example. Here you'll indicate which is the correct answer by selecting it. And we can continue adding questions in this form. And we can continue adding questions in this format. I think by now you get the idea. Save it as a template to save yourself some time in the future. And have some fun creating a quiz that you can share with your employees. You know by now that I love a good example. The El Caribeno Bakery and Deli is one of those. This case study, which I'm linking to in the description below, hones in on a few things, but I love specifically how they're using Connecteam for training, company policies, and quizzes. Much like you saw a second ago, us creating a quiz from a template, El Caribeno Food uses a quiz for its employees to quiz them on where the food is from, which is important given that it's an ethnic food restaurant. They use forms for an employee onboarding program, making it easy for them to upload the necessary forms available through the mobile app, and they use the knowledge base to create an employee handbook, so with dress code, time and attendance procedures, a cell phone policy, employee benefits, and so much more. Definitely give this case study a read because it's really impressive how all different types of businesses in food and beverage are using and customizing this amazing platform for their own businesses. I love it. Okay, you've seen how awesome Connecteam is. It can revolutionize the way you manage your food and beverage business, from seamless scheduling, accurate time tracking, to digital forms and effective training. This is all about efficiency and engagement. I have linked to Connecteam in the description below. Definitely give it a look. Starting it is free with a 14-day free trial, no credit card required, and for small teams up to 10, it is completely free. That is awesome. If you've got any lingering questions, comment below. Let's keep the conversation going on down there. I'll respond to those personally. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. That helps other people discover these videos, which we work hard to create for you. And subscribe for more of my videos on branding, positioning, building, and promoting your brand. Thank you, Connecteam, for sponsoring this video. Next, I'm sharing a few others I think you'll be interested in. I'm Pallen. Thanks for watching. Those coming up next.